Hello, I'm Pastor Lewis, and I'm here to share with you Edgewood's Daily Encouragement Download. Today I'm going to share something based on chapter 11 of the Gospel of John. One thing that I want to have you in mind and think about is this, that faith is not a matter of what. Faith is a matter of who. Faith is not a matter merely of what, but actually it is a matter of who. You know, we have expectations of things to happen. We're hoping that with this COVID thing, it seems that it be going away, that eventually we will be able to be together and share. I'm hoping for a time in the near future, perhaps, where we can have an unmasked and very near hugs and kisses. I don't know if that's going to happen soon, but I have that thing in my mind. You know, lots of people are hoping that there will be a cure for COVID. I'm thinking also that lots of people are hoping, and I am, that there will be a legislation for justice and the administration to back it up, because sometimes it's not the legislations or the laws, you know, or the principles, but actually the people behind them to back him up in terms of justice. And also some people there's elections coming up, and some people have some hopes one way or another. In chapter 11 of John, the Gospel, there was a certain expectation that particularly Martha pronounces. Her brother was sick and eventually died. That was Lazarus. And Mary and Martha were crying. And then in a conversation with Jesus, the expectation of a Messiah comes up, that conversation between Martha and Jesus. And also they talk about the resurrection. And for Martha, she had an expectation of the resurrection. And at that time, Lazarus and perhaps herself would get up. God would bring them to life. One of the things that we have in our eschatology, that is our ideas of the end of things, is that God is going to fix all things. And that is wonderful. You know, those events are wonderful. They're great to hold on to. They're truths, I think, from Scripture. But more importantly than the concept is the idea that God himself as a person, and particularly in the person of his Messiah, his son, Jesus Christ, is going to uphold those things. So it's not so much a matter of resurrection, but of who is resurrection, who is resurrecting, who has the power. So for that reason, faith is not a matter just of what. What is important is who, and it is Jesus who is working with us. Martha's problem is that while having great affection for Jesus and believing that God answered anything that he asked, Martha focused on future happenings, on promised expectations. But in John, Jesus responds at a certain point and says to him, I'm reading from verses 25 on, Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even though they die. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this? I think this is absolutely wonderful, because on the one hand, Jesus is affirming her beliefs in the resurrection and in who he is and the expectation of God doing some things. But more importantly than the things that are going to happen is that in the person of Jesus himself, we have the true expectation. It is a matter of who. Faith deals with a who, with a person. So our faith is put in a person, not in just events that we hope that will happen in the future, not just the hope that God will do certain things. We believe in those things. For us, it is more important who is the one doing the promise. So I repeat, faith is not just a matter of what. Faith is a matter of who. May God bless you.